15 years as a pastry chef, sugar was my world. I tasted, tested, and lived for that sweet hit. When I finally quit cold turkey, I thought I'd lose everything. But instead, I lost 5 kilograms while eating more than ever. But the real shock, what happened to my mind, my body, and my relationships in the next 90 days. If you think quitting sugar is just about weight loss, you're in for a big surprise. Would you give up sugar if you knew what I know now? Let's go back to where it all began. If you're watching this, maybe you've tried to quit sugar before. Maybe you've told yourself, I'll start Monday. I get it, I did that for years. While working in kitchens full of pastries I couldn't stop tasting. But one morning I hit that point where I knew I had to choose. Keep living in a sugar fog, or see what life was like without it. What I discovered in those first 90 days, I wish I knew earlier. The first week was brutal. I went from 67 kilos to 62 kilos in just 7 days. It wasn't the weight loss that shocked me. It was how my body fought back. The cravings, the headaches, and the mood swings. I'd walk into the kitchen, smell croissants, eclairs, tarts, and my brain would light up like an addict's. I remember one night staring at a tray of desserts thinking, I've lost it. I can't do this. I wasn't even working in a professional kitchen at the time. But after 15 years as a pastry chef, the kitchen was my territory, and sugar was everywhere. Even at home, I'd find myself staring at the cupboards, tempted by old habits. It's wild how much your old identity can keep you stuck, even when you think you've left it behind. Those first days, I wasn't counting meals. I was just eating ridiculous amounts of meat, eggs, butter, and raw cheese. Anytime I was hungry, I just ate. It was almost like I was possessed. But I knew deep down this was the only way to keep the cravings at bay. I had Sean Baker's book, The Carnivore Diet, on repeat. I could still hear his voice in it. If you're still hungry, just fire up another steak. So that was what I did. I walked around all summer, eating, listening, and letting my body reset. But what happened after 48 hours?
Well, what the actual fuck? I started on a journey a few days ago, trying to get to the bottom of everything, trying to solve this mental health problems and what the actual fuck. On Sunday, I had my last bit of bread in the morning with my brother. I said I'm going to dramatically reduce my plant intake from that day, and that was it. It's now what, Wednesday? I've eaten nothing but red meat, eggs, butter and cheese, and the occasional condiment to cut the salty richness of all of that. My 20-year back pain has fucking vanished. My mental clarity has shot through the roof. Any sign of fatigue has completely gone. I've been doing a lot of research into this, and supposedly in the beginning, when you break through, you just become absolutely ravenous. I think I probably ate 8,000 calories yesterday because I've been so nutrient deprived. Any psoriasis is gone. It's gone, it's just vanished. I had a massive spot here. It's just gone within 12 hours.
Yeah, I swear a lot when I'm shocked. Sorry about that, Mum. You can see how angry and relieved I was at the same time. That moment was one of the most profound moments of my entire life. My psoriasis gone and my mental fog had completely vanished, and I just couldn't believe it. That morning I walked to the beach to jump in the sea. For the first time in years, I felt truly alive. Here's something I haven't shared before. I'd actually quit alcohol and all other drugs a year before Carnivore. Alcohol was always the gateway for me, but that year I felt more depressed than ever. Maybe it was coming to terms with who I really was, after using drugs since the age of 12 to escape everything. Or maybe it was the plant toxins showing their true colours, now that I wasn't masking them with substances. I was totally obsessed with plant antioxidants, eating over 30 different plants a day, always organic as well. I literally doubled down on health, but I just felt worse. I even went to the doctor for antidepressants. But instead I got an ADHD and autism test, and it turns out I'm on the spectrum. Maybe that's why I struggled for so long. The gut-brain connection is real, especially in autism. All I know is nothing worked until I went carnivore. On day 3 it was like someone flipped a switch in my head. For the first time in years I woke up clear, focused and actually calm. No sugar crash, no fog, just me. It was honestly terrifying, because I realised I had no idea who I was without sugar. I spent years tasting, testing and rewarding myself with sweetness. Now I was learning to live without it. That clarity was addicting in its own way, but it also brought up every emotion I'd been numbing with sugar. And that's when the real change began. But what about cravings? Did they last forever? Did I relapse? Physically I was getting better. My energy stabilised, my mood cleared, and I was sleeping deeper. But socially, it was tough. Imagine being a pastry chef who doesn't eat sugar. Colleagues thought I'd gone crazy, and honestly, some days I thought they were right. But every time I thought about giving up, I remembered that fog, that constant low-grade exhaustion I used to live with. And I knew I couldn't go back. By day 45, cravings started to fade. My taste buds reset, and I started tasting real food again. Butter started to taste super sweet, and meat just tasted alive. But here's the truth. I always had something sweet after every meal, even when I thought I was making good choices. Yogurt, berries, nuts and seeds, and of course, Valrhona chocolate. Only the best when you work in the best restaurants. It was always whole foods, but I needed that hit. The grip sugar had on me wasn't just physical. It was psychological, and it was identity. Breaking that cycle was the hardest and most important part. So what happened after 90 days? Did I keep losing weight? Did the cravings ever come back? And was it really worth it? By 90 days, I wasn't the same person. My weight had stabilised and my sleep was solid. My mood was balanced in a way I didn't even know was possible. But more than anything, I felt free. It wasn't just about quitting sugar anymore. It was about finally breaking the cycle of needing something sweet to feel okay. That freedom became the foundation of what's now been a year and a half on Carnivore. And I can honestly say it's changed everything. But it wasn't easy. There were relapses, doubts, and moments I almost gave up. Still, if I had to choose between the sugar hits and the peace I have now, it's not even close. So if you're thinking about quitting sugar, or you've tried and failed before, don't expect it to be easy. Expect it to be worth it. Because what's waiting on the other side isn't just weight loss. It's clarity, confidence, and control over your own mind again. Here's a few quick questions I always get. Did I ever relapse? Yeah, a couple of times. But each time I learned something new about myself. And the cravings got weaker. And what about fruit and honey? Even healthy sugar kept the cycle going. How did I handle the cravings once I got back to work? I just ate more meat, more butter, and more eggs. I kept it simple and I kept myself full. Next week, I'll show you what my life looks like now, what I eat, how I feel, and how I've stayed carnivore for over a year and a half. This journey didn't stop at 90 days. It was only the beginning. If this video helped you or you're thinking about quitting sugar, please subscribe. I'm a former pastry chef who's lived on both sides of the story. I've built a small online community where we talk about breaking sugar addiction, regaining focus, and actually feeling human again. It's totally free and you'll find the link in the description. And if you haven't seen how this journey started, you can go watch my last video. It's where it all began. And then obviously come back here because the next chapter's coming soon. Thanks for watching. If you're struggling with sugar addiction or just want to make a change, know that you're not alone and I'm rooting for you and I'll see you in the next one.